Hello, Serena here, and I just wanted to pop in with a very short video to give you some tips for doing some new moon manifesting during our solar eclipse on August 21st, 2017. And because it is a solar eclipse, we're going to have a new moon in Leo, and the sun is also going to be in Leo, which will give us a double dose of that fiery Leo energy. Okay, Leo normally rules the 5th house, which governs the heart, physical heart, children, fun, romance, entertainment. But if you know are familiar with your horoscope chart, you might know what your ascendant is, and you could go and look and see where Leo falls in your chart, and that will give you a little more insight as to what you might want to work on as far as manifesting. Okay, so for instance, I have a Taurus ascendant, and so Leo hits my 4th house, which is the house of home, nurturing, mothering, food, and so I might look into that area as far as something that I would want to bring about into my life to find improvement, or something that I'd like to bring in a positive way. Also, we have a Mercury retrograde right now, and Mercury retrograde kind of throws a lot of people into a tizzy. They get all excited. They figure things are all going to go wrong, everything's going to break down, their travel arrangements are going to be thrown into disarray. But actually, there are a lot of positive things about a Mercury retrograde. It's a wonderful time for redoing things, revising things, and meditation, going inward, looking at yourself, and it's an excellent time for that. So no, Mercury retrograde is not all bad, and we have this happen at least 3 times a year, so it's not like it's the end of the world just because it's Mercury retrograde. So it would be we just have to be a little bit more careful because it is Mercury retrograde right now. And there's some things about a solar eclipse that you should know too. Okay, so as far as writing your petition list, which I showed in a previous video on new moon manifesting, you might want to include things on that list. In fact, you might want to focus on things that are things that you have already started. If you have a business project that you've already started, you might want to manifest for revising, bringing in new ways to make it successful, with just giving you more insight into making things work better. Okay, so that's one thing that you can do. But focus on revising and going inward because of the Mercury retrograde, and I think you're going to be okay. The other thing is that a solar eclipse is not a good time, as I have read, not a good time to begin something new. Now, that goes along with our retrograde. And it's not a good time to end something. Okay, so think about the whole idea of revising. And the solar eclipse, it is really, really powerful because you're bringing in the energy of an entire turn around the sun, okay? All the different seasons. Now, a lunar eclipse incorporates the energy of the different phases of the moon. But now, since we've got that moon, and depending on where you are, here in California, we're not going to have a total eclipse. But we can treat this the same way as if I were up in Oregon, okay, where they're going to get to see the total eclipse up there. But think about how the moon is going to cover up the sun and go all the way across until it's whole and round and solar again, okay? So we're going to use the energy of the entire year, which is very powerful. You think about it. So I personally would think that it'd be a great time to manifest for what you would like to see in bold in the coming year. Okay, remember, not a new project. This should be something that you've already begun. And what do you want to see happen over the course of the year? Oftentimes when we are doing energy work, magical work, it's kind of short-lived, it doesn't last a real long time. You kind of have to keep bumping it up, and you take it in baby steps, okay? And you really are careful to word things correctly, because as I said before, energy follows the path of least resistance. So you want something really positive that you have been very specific about. Okay, it takes practice, and you will find that out if you hang in there with me. Okay, another idea I'd like to throw out there to you, instead of doing the petitions on the glass candle jar like I showed you in the other video, is to make a honey jar. And what I've done is I've placed a petition in this jar. It's surrounded by honey, and I burn a candle on top. And so this is something I started before, okay? A month or two ago, I started this honey jar for myself. Now, if you go to my blog on WordPress, it's called The Magical Cottage, just like the name of this YouTube site, and it's at www.themagicalcottage.com, and magical is spelled with a K in there. Then you'll get to my blog site, and there will be detailed instructions for making a honey jar. Okay, so I would think that the sign Leo, to me, symbolizes summertime, and the bees are busy making their honey, and that just seems like a perfect activity for this solar eclipse that we're about to experience. Okay, so remember to try and stay on topic, something that you want to revise, inward meditation, focusing on how you can reduce something or clean up something that has already been started in your life, then I think you're going to find that you get some really wonderful results. So I'd love to know how that has been working for you, and give me some feedback on YouTube, or go to my blog site and check it out and let me know what you think. I'd love to know what's happening, okay? So happy manifesting.